An OnlyFans model used a firearm in self-defense to protect her, her husband, and her 7-year-old son. While the title of this article that I read and the title of this video is probably going to sound pretty comical, I think there's plenty of things to learn from this, as well as I just think it's a good story to talk about because it shows what average home defense and self-defense might look like for a lot of people, and maybe we can learn from this and how to improve. But it's kind of funny, so we do have to talk about that. Before we get going, I do want to say thank you to the sponsor of this channel, Franklin Armory. They've been a huge supporter of me and the state of California, fighting gun laws and working within the confines of the law with their CA7, 11, and 12. Excellent AR-15 pistols on the California handgun roster. I'm so happy to have their support. Thank you. Check them out. So right here, the title of the article, Home Security Video, Instagram and OnlyFans Star Grabs Gun, Fires at Robber. Kind of a crazy situation. So here it is. Ansley Pacheco, I believe is her name. So video shows Ansley Pacheco, who has a 7-year-old son, in the bedroom of her home in Florida on October 4th when robbers barged through her home's front door and began shooting at her husband Daniel and his friends, who were gathered to watch a basketball game. The robbers began spraying her husband and his friends with bullets, according to the Sun. While I was in the bathroom, I started to hear a commotion. I started hearing, get down, give me everything you got," Pacheco told Local 10 News. "I went to the nightstand, I grabbed the gun, and I opened the door. I saw one guy's face to face with me. He told me to put my gun down. I just shook my head no, and then I said, 'Don't shoot me, my son is in here.' But intruders ignored that and allegedly fired toward the bedroom, hitting a bed set, a closet door, and a TV screen. They shot at me about 6-7 times. They could have killed me. They could have killed my son. They were shooting right over his head. They didn't care. The burglars seized expensive jewelry and watches, then fled as Pacheco opened fire. Daniel ran into the bedroom, Daniel's the husband, grabbed the gun from his wife, and chased the burglars outside as they headed for their car. I ran to my wife, grabbed the gun, shot at them a couple times. I think I hit the car," Daniel said to NBC6. "My worry was my husband and my son," Ansley said. "Honestly, I wasn't scared. It was just my reaction was to get the gun and to defend." Honestly, super proud of her for that. That's really just, it's good knowing that. And this is kind of a good point for her to know that in a situation of fight or flight, she's going to do what it's going to take to defend herself, which was great to know. Pacheco, 26 years old, is a model with a large social media presence, more than 1,600 followers on Instagram, Inside Edition noted. The model is active on various social media platforms including Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Her steamy and sexy photo shoots have garnered her 162,000 following on Instagram and 18.5 on Twitter. The social media personality also has an OnlyFans account that posts exclusive fan content for its dedicated subscribers. Real quick, here's her at for all the horny police out there, all the horny boys out there that want to see that. There's who she is. So it's kind of a crazy situation. We start by seeing that from their front camera, they see two people come in. Husband opens the door, and here's the thing. I think one takeaway point that we can kind of learn here, and that we can all kind of, I'm not judging him for how he acted. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying something that we can learn in the future and how everyone else can kind of learn from this situation. We can see that he opened the door at night when I'm assuming they might not have been expecting other people to show up. It appeared as if when this was described to me in various other articles that this was happening during the basketball game. So maybe they had more people that they were expecting. Maybe they were expecting food delivery. But opening the door, usually when I open the door, I always check through the peephole. I'm not sure if this door actually has a peephole, just based on, it kind of looked like it had a glass window on it, but maybe that was just the way it looks. Maybe they could see through, but you always want to have some sort of ability to see who's on the other side, because when he opened that door, immediately there's two men with guns, and you're automatically at a disadvantage. Even if you carry at home, which, typically I also carry at home, or I have a gun like on the table next to me. Now, because I don't have kids, that affords me the luxury of being able to just have guns loaded all around the house. And that's great. That's, it's really cool for me. But not everyone has that luxury. If you have kids, you're most likely going to want to keep it on your person or in your control in some sort of lockbox, because you don't want kids to come stumbling across it and, just pulling the trigger when they shouldn't. So, how you choose to do it, how you choose to legally do it is totally up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but if the gun is in the bedroom, they got lucky that Ansley in this situation was in the bedroom. She said she was using the restroom at the time, which might explain why she was, just in her underwear, but whatever, I'm not going to judge. She was in there with her son, and they kind of got lucky in that situation. First of all, that she was in a position where she was able to get armed. She was in a situation where she was separated from them, so they were having the initial confrontation, and she was able to get control. But then we also see that she presents herself, and I think I read somewhere, I'm not some sort of tactical dude, I don't know anything about room clearing, I don't know anything about that, so feel free to correct me when I'm wrong. I saw someone somewhere say that every time you make an entrance through any sort of entryway by yourself, there's a 50-50 shot of you not surviving in that situation. That's why when people clear rooms, they do it as a team in SWAT teams. But then again, I don't know anything about that because that's not my forte. So if I'm wrong, correct me. But she enters that doorway with the gun presented in a position where she's not ready to use it, kind of clearly. It was great that she grabbed it. That's awesome. But if you walk into a situation with a gun, you're automatically leveling the playing field or bringing the playing field up to, if anyone else has a gun, they're probably going to use it. She got lucky that they didn't hit her. Granted, hindsight is 2020, but maybe going into that situation a little bit hotter, maybe going into it a little bit cold, who knows? But when you go into that situation, you show that you have a gun, you are now showing lethal force. I'm not saying that the robbers would be any way unjustified killing her, but they would be more likely to fire if they see that the person they're attacking has a gun. Because if they don't run, they might have to fight, and they might fight while they run. And, 6 or 7 bullets with you, all it takes is one dumb trigger press, and you can get very unlucky very fast. All in all, it's great that everyone's okay in this situation. It's great that this all worked out for them, but I think there's a lot of things that we could learn. Maybe something that we can learn from this is that carrying at home might not be a bad idea. I specifically have several guns laying around, but if I didn't, a lot of people might not want to carry a full-size Glock when they're, not wearing pants at home and they're just wearing basketball shorts or, something like that. But, you might be able to get away with something like an LCP2, a very small pocket gun, in a pocket holster inside your pocket itself, or just clipped into your belt or clipped onto your basketball shorts. There are ways to stage guns around that would allow you to have a gun more accessible, because if Ansley and her kid were in that room, they most likely could have been in a much worse off situation. The fact that she was separate where the gun was lucky. They got lucky in that situation. I'm not saying that it's great that they got their home invaded and stuff stolen from them and guns fired at them, but it could have gone a lot worse. And I think that a lot of us can maybe learn from that and maybe see, how do we stage firearms around the home in a way that's both safe if you have kids, but allows you to have a little bit better protection. Do you choose to carry on your body at home? Do you choose to have lock boxes in various cabinets or drawers or closets around the house? How do you figure that out? And that's something that I kind of want to talk with you guys, because if there's some interest and if there are some recommendations that I get down in the comments, that might be a whole separate topic for another video. I want to know how it is that you either keep a gun loaded around the house or how you stage firearms around the house. Obviously, don't give me your personal address and a floor plan of your layout so people can come rob you, but give me some ideas, drop some links down to some products below showing how it is that you have your stuff staged. I'd love to see it. If you have anything you want to send me on Instagram, feel free to DM me. For all the thirsty boys out there, you guys saw her so feel free to check it out. I don't know, support her. Armed people are great. Cool. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.